we have AB de Villiers from Royal Challengers Bangalore. AB, your first question is 196 on the board, a tough total to chase. Where did you think the team fell short, in which department?
Yeah, 196 I felt was definitely over par. And look, you got to give credit to them. They started very well in the first six. We did well to pull it back. And I felt we were very slow to adapt with our defensive bowling. It was one of those wickets where you needed to utilise the conditions, really bowl it into the deck to get a bit of purchase out of it. I felt we were a little bit slow to adapt and unfortunately leaked, I would say, probably about 20 over par.
Maybe the next question. The pace department of RCB didn't have a good outing today with the three lead seamers leaking a lot of runs. Where did you think they went wrong? Was there something in the pitch, or do you think DC just played really well?
It's a combination of a few things. I think they batted well, so first of all, credit to them. As I said, we pulled it back nicely and we had an opportunity to really put pressure on them, and unfortunately we just didn't execute very well. As I said, I don't think we utilised the conditions as well as we could have. But it's one of those days. We didn't get our skills absolutely right. We dropped a catch in the field, a little bit of slackiness in the field as well, a couple of fumbles here and there, which cost us ultimately 20 to 30 runs, which could have been a different story in the second department. But then again, we didn't bat well at all tonight. So just a bad day at the office, I'd say.
Maybe the next question. The team's best spinner, Yuzvendra Chahal, didn't bowl out his entire quota. Was the ball not gripping enough for him? Do you have a chat with him, and do you know what challenges was he facing?
No, Yuzi is a world-class bowler. He's right up there with one of the best bowlers in the tournament. I would say we had a lot of options. Virat had a lot of options to turn to in the bowling department. And it's all about matchups and who's bowling at what batter at certain times. And at the time, obviously, Virat, every time he gives the ball to someone to bowl, he feels that's the best bowler for the situation. So I don't think we need to read into it too much. It was a matter of situations out there, the conditions, and certain matchups that we felt was better at the time. You're not always going to get your decisions right. I'm part of that decision-making process as well, so I'm in Virat's ear as well. We felt we made the right bowling changes in a whole. Unfortunately, as I said, a couple of drop catches here and there, a bit sloppy in the field, and I'd say it came down to execution that wasn't spot on today.
Maybe the next question. The birthday boy Washington Sundar bowled very well. He started off in the power play, just gave away 20 runs. How has he been preparing? What has he been doing in the practice sessions? Have you been having some chats with him throughout this entire IPL?
Yeah, I watched his birthday today. He was in a jolly mood. His bowling is amazing. It's come a long way since the first time I met him. I think he's very clear with his game plans. He loves the challenge of bowling with a new ball, with openers trying to take him on. And he just seems to be very clear with what he's trying to achieve with the ball in hand, and it's working for him at the moment. And I feel he's going to go from strength to strength in this tournament with us right behind him. Who knows where he's going to end up? But hopefully a couple of man of the matches in the next few games. We'll see what happens.
Maybe last question for the day. Despite winning the toss and considering the fact that the teams who batted first have won here in Dubai, what was the reason behind choosing to bowl first?
Well, the last game Chennai won chasing. We felt that we played against Mumbai our last game here. We got a very good total of 200 plus, and Mumbai were very close to chasing that down. It wasn't as dewy tonight. I don't think it really got wet in the second innings at all, which is not an excuse. As I said before, we didn't bat well tonight and never strung together any partnerships. But we were expecting it to get a bit wet, which would have made it very difficult for the Delhi bowlers. And look, it was a fair game. It was dry throughout the 40 overs of cricket, and they were the better team today. So, but that was the reason why we decided to chase. We were thinking that the dew might come and make it really tricky for them to control the run chase for us.
AB, thank you so much, and all the best for the next game.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, thanks so much.
from the winning Delhi Capitals. Ashwin, your first question. Delhi Capitals are at the top of the table after this win. What are your thoughts on keeping the momentum going? What are the things that DC is doing right?
And I think we've got a pretty good side, and everybody is putting their hand up. And I thought initially we were a bit rusty getting into the tournament, and even for me, it's been like 5 games for me to get my first 4 overs out. It's been quite an interesting year. Came really charged up and wanted to do. I mean, got off to a splendid start, and then I just bowled 4 overs for the first time today. So interesting. Everybody's chipping in, and I still think the biggest positive is a lot of room for improvement is still there. So I think we will get there at the back end of the tournament.
So your next question, let's speak about bowling for the next few questions. Akshar Patel has been one of the most economical bowlers. He also took 2 wickets. How crucial has his bowling been? What has been the preparation? What's the discussion of the bowling been?
So sometimes what happens in T20 cricket is we tend to blow up images and stats and numbers of bowlers who get the wickets and the purple cap, even likewise at the orange cap. And sometimes I feel it is a little too overrated in a game like T20 because it is somewhat like your football where people are playing their roles. And one such player is Akshar, right? He always goes under the radar because he bowls those good overs, builds the pressure up for someone else to capitalize on the wicket. So these are heroes that get really appreciated inside the dressing room for us in Delhi Capitals, and Ricky is very particular on that. And we stick to the roles, and when you get appreciated, people want to hold on to their roles.
Ashwin, your next question. Amit Mishra is injured and he's out of the tournament. How has the coaching staff changed the plans for the bowling unit going forward?
Look, that's one of the beauty of this particular Delhi Capital side, I think, because even when my shoulder dislocated, Amit came in and played the role, and now he is injured. Akshar has come in and played the role, so there is enough strength in that bench. And sometimes when it comes to the IPL, the bench people coming off that bench become very, very important, and that bench is probably good enough to be another IPL team as well. It's got that sort of a quality. So I would think Amit will be dearly missed in this team. He's a legend in the IPL. So moving forward, I think we will definitely try our best to keep Amit happy at home.
Moving a little bit to the batting unit, Prithvi Shaw, another really good day in the field. What are the changes he has made to adapt himself better in these conditions and in this IPL?
Look, Prithvi is a phenomenal talent, and I don't think we need to be talking too much about techniques of batsmen here because sometimes technique of batsmen is just overrated. I feel everybody has got a unique technique, and Prithvi hits the ball. When Prithvi hits the ball makes a lovely sound of the bat, and he's a really, really special talent. It just depends on which side of the bed he wakes up and how well he plays. He's been hitting the ball beautifully in the last couple of games, and I'm looking forward to better things from him as the tournament goes on.
Last question, Marcus Stoinis. Wonderful he has been for you guys. A couple of games in Dubai, he's been brilliant. 53 again, with a strike rate of about 200. What has he been doing in practice? What has he been eating?
Look, I think he's become extremely strong. That's first thing as far as Marcus goes. And he's been playing the IPL for different teams over the last couple of seasons. And he's obviously improved over the last 2 years. And finally, a really, really excellent Stoinis has reached Delhi Capitals. And that's what I must say. The team environment has been great for him to go out there and express himself. And Stoinis has been phenomenal. And Dubai being our home ground, we play 7 games here. And Stoinis has been amazing in the last 2 games that we played at Dubai. So I look forward to keeping my fingers crossed for him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on
Cheers.
the win and all the best.